Greetings, Classic Cinema and TV fans. Jason here with you once again on another Classic Cinema Plus. And today, we're going back in time to classic Hollywood, and we're talking about a pretty awesome release from the good folks at Warner Archive Collection. Boy, am I excited about this. If you love classic Hollywood, if you love classic Hollywood actors, this is going to be one release that you're going to want to see. And probably even pick up for your collection as well. So if you like these type of videos, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. We would appreciate it. And let's jump into this. All right, so we're talking about a brand new epic release from the good folks at Warner Archive Collection today. And this is pretty awesome. This is pretty epic. This is a whole collection of Clark Gable. Yes, Clark Gable. 4 classic Clark Gable films on one Blu-ray set. That is unbelievable. Love it. It is pretty cool. So anyway, let's talk about Clark Gable just real quick. Clark Gable is an icon of Hollywood. Clark Gable was in some of the best films in cinema history. And Clark Gable was really an interesting dude, too. Clark Gable was all for equal rights. That's what I really love about Clark Gable. Clark Gable, probably many people remember Clark Gable from the film Gone with the Wind, Rhett Butler, right? You may remember him from that. Maybe if you have watched Gone with the Wind. Gone with the Wind is a type of film that is kind of hated in this generation because of its stereotypes and stuff, and I understand that. I understand that totally. Why some people deem it inappropriate in this generation. I get it, but I'm of the mindset of those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. So thus, we need to not bury these films, but we need to educate with these films and show people, hey, this is what was like in a while, not that long ago, in America's history. So let's rise above hate. Let's get away from hate, right? That's my thought process. Well, Clark Gable was all about equal rights, right? And when he got signed to do Gone with the Wind, which he wasn't really too happy with. He didn't want to play Gone with the Wind, but you're under contract. You got to do what you got to do, right? So he comes on set, and he finds that the set is segregated, right? You got blacks only over here for bathrooms and stuff like that, and whites only over here. And he sees this, and he is livid. I mean, he is upset. I mean, he's about ready to blow his top. So he goes to the director and he says, I want that changed right now. I want all those signs down, and I want equal rights on this set. And the director was like, I can't do that. He said, if you don't do that, you don't have a Rhett Butler. I'll walk off this set right now and I'll leave. And needless to say, he got it. He got what he wanted, and I applaud him for that. That is really, really cool. But also, something that is really interesting that a lot of people think of when they think of Clark Gable too, is they think of something that has been rumored for a long time, is that he had halitosis. He was a really bad case of halitosis. And there is no proof of that. There's no proof that he ever had that. That is a rumor. That is a myth, if you will. Now there is some thoughts that what he did have was he had a bad gum infection, teeth infection, and it caused him to have all his teeth removed. And they had to put in new teeth. Like I don't know whether it was dentures or whether they did implants. I don't know, because you're talking 30s, so I don't know if they did implants back in the 30s. if there's any dentists out there that know about history of dentistry, and you can tell me about that, hey, leave a comment. I'd like to know about that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they. I don't. And if they did implants back in the 30s, I don't know if I would have wanted them. To be honest with you, that's. But that's where a lot of that came from. Is that he had a bad infection and had to have, apparently, from what we understand, he had to have all his teeth removed, and either did dentures or implants to do that. And some people say that could be why he had maybe not the best of breath, if you will. But that's another issue. I mean, that's terrible to even talk about. But it's just, we like to talk about history, and we like to talk about things. But I do want to dispel rumors that he didn't have halitosis. It wasn't because of bad oral hygiene or anything like that. He's a very, very clean guy. You just you get an infection, and it messes you up. And plus, in the 30s, you didn't have a lot of great health care back in them days. So, not that we have great health care now, but that's another issue for another time. We're going to talk about this release here, and this is the Clark Gable Collection. This is pretty cool. 4 films. We get San Francisco, Mutiny on the Bounty, Wife versus Secretary, and Idiot's Deluxe. This is Idiot's Delight. I'm sorry, but this is pretty cool. First off, Idiot's Delight is basically Clark Gable's only escape or journey, maybe is the better word, into musical. It's about a group of people that get caught at a hotel during World War I, I believe it was, and they just so they put on music and do all that type of stuff. It's kind of typical fare from the 30s. There was a lot of musicals back in the day. Wife versus Secretary is a really cool comedy. Jean Harlow, Myrna Loy, and Clark Gable. And this is where a wife feels that her husband is not being so faithful with his secretary. Kind of a fun little film, though, actually. Really funny and really pretty cool. And then San Francisco is a really awesome film with Jeanette MacDonald and Clark Gable. And it's about Clark Gable plays a nightclub owner who falls in love with this girl, this nightclub singer, but she also is in love with this other guy, and there's like this triangle and all, and it's all backdropped by and impressed by the San Francisco earthquake. That's the idea of San Francisco. But the story is the story, but then there's the background of the San Francisco earthquake. And let me tell you, the special the special effects of the 1930s of the earthquake is pretty impressive. When you think about it, even to this day, it's pretty awesome. And then Mutiny on the Bounty. Wow. Oh, I love that. First mate, Christian, Mr. Christian, leads a revolt against Captain Bligh, played by Charles Laughton. Great films. These are all amazing films. I love this. I love the fact that they did this. I think this is pretty cool. So you get Mutiny on the Bounty there. There's your disc for that. There's your San Francisco, Wife and Secretary, and there's your Idiot's Delight. Okay? Pretty interesting. And what I love about this, now some people like having them individually, which I understand that. But personally, I love this. Because if you're anything like me and you have a humongous amount of movies and TV shows, space is limited sometimes, unless you have a humongous space. If you have a humongous space, then have at it. Get them individually. I would if I could, but space is completely limited. We have like 3 rooms filled with Blu-rays, DVDs, and all kinds of stuff, and probably have, I don't know. I haven't even counted. So, but I would say probably somewhere in the lines of probably oh probably 30,000 different types of TV shows and movies. I mean, it's massive. It's crazy. It's a little bit too crazy, but anyway. But we love it. What are we gonna do? We love it. But that's why I love this. 4 movies that are the size of one Blu-ray set. There you go. I mean, where you would get San Francisco or Mutiny on the Bounty or these films, and they would be like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, you get them all just like this. And so then you have all 4 of the films, but you have them in a lot smaller space. And call me crazy, I actually don't mind this. I actually like that. I like the idea of the triangular looks there. I don't know. There's just something about that. I like it. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I like it. And I love the kind of like gold look of the thing there. I love it. The border. I think that's kind of cool. Yeah. So anyway, but I just love this. We'll talk about more of these releases in upcoming videos. So you're going to want to be sure to like, share, and subscribe. We're going to have a full written review of this up at Classic Cinema Plus very, very soon. I want to thank you for joining me today. If you love classic films as much as I do, if you love classic TV and even newer TV and movies like I do, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. We would appreciate it. Comment. Let us know what you think about Clark Gable and what's your favorite Clark Gable film. Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And as always, thank you for joining me. And until we're with you next time with another one of these videos, this is Jason reminding you that if you want to see a great film or a TV series, be sure to check out a classic. And we will see you next time. Have a good day. Bye.